Hi, hello everyone. Um, okay, I just finished this video in Portuguese, so let's do it in English. Um, my name is Nataly, I'm 41. I live in the United States since August 2013. Um, because of my anxiety and everything, I was telling them in Portuguese already that I delete this video already 5 times. So I'm trying not to delete this time and just post. So I was talking about how everything started in the United States. So first, I finished college in Brazil and went to Illinois to be a babysitter, au pair, and took care of 2 kids, Estrada, Berneiros, Moshines, love you guys. Stayed 2 years there, met someone from here, Great Falls, Montana. He was my first boyfriend and everything. I'm born and raised in Brazil, Catholic, so I even had ideas of marrying a virgin and all that. Anyway, met him, stayed with him, dated him, met his family here. Then I had to go back to Brazil after 2 years. Um, Stayed in Brazil for a couple of years, came here to visit him. He had a different girlfriend. We became friends. His family adopted me. And I decided to try to stay and change my visa to work and everything and stay here for a little bit. On that, I met a girl, Ricky, was my real good friend here, and she made a site. It was Plenty of Fish, and I met my husband there. He sent me a message in Portuguese, and after so many crazy guys sending crazy pictures and things or asking me for crazy pictures, he said a phrase in Portuguese, and I was excited. I thought he knew Portuguese, and was the only thing he knew. He said, um, my friend and I, we laughed, said, well, he's funny, let's meet him. And we met and we stayed together and everything. So met his family and everything was nice. Then came the letter saying that my change to visa wasn't approved. So I had to go back to Brazil. I told him that was April. That's when he said, no, you're not. You're staying. You marry me. I was in love. I said yes. And we got married on the paper in May and had our party in July. And we were planning getting married in Brazil July of the other year, 2015. So we got married May 19 and had our party July 19, 2014. Um, while that year was going, he was military, he was out of town. I was pregnant and I lost our first baby. That was the first big thing uh, that started messing up my mental. When I got married, I didn't think about it that um, I was just in love. I was happy. I was, you know, and I just see videos of everyone saying how good living in another country is because of financial part. And yes, a lot of other countries have a better financial, but the emotional sometimes you need to be strong here, and that was a really hard day because he wasn't here. He was in another state because of military, so his mom stayed with me for a couple hours in the house, and then she had to go back to her house. So I was alone when we lost our baby. Um, I was really sad, but took a deep breath and said, well, we have a lot to go through. Let's go to Brazil. We had our wedding. Brazil was wonderful. He met my family. He loved Brazil. Everyone loved him. Then I came back and had get pregnant again from my son, my rainbow baby that just complete 9 years. And then came on the day my son was born, 12 hours of labor because he tried to turn him back, ended up having an emergency section because he started getting distressed. And then it was like, okay, my family's not here. And if you're not close to your family is one thing. Here in the United States, there is a lot of people that's like that. It's not too close to your family. But my family got together at my grandma's house every Sunday for food together, party together. Is a different thing. is what I miss most from Brazil. It's like the getting together part all the time for anything, anytime. Just call and say, hey, I'm stopping by right now. Things that here is not a good thing. You cannot just call and say, I'm stopping by right now. So then I had like, what I'm gonna do. I got my Facebook, I clean up of everyone that's not family, and start just posting video and pictures of my son. It was a way to share with my family, my son, while he grow up. My family tried to get the visa for here, but it was really hard. So another thing that was different that messed up my head, in Brazil you can stay after you have a kid with your kid at home. It was 3 months, and I think now it's even 6 months for moms. Here is the safe time for that. So I had 1 week to stay home with my kid. And because it was the emergency section, because the doctor told everyone where I was working, I stayed home 3 weeks with my son. And then I had to go back to work. So I stayed working the day. My husband, by that time, he was not in the military anymore. He was thinking going back or not. And he was working at night. So we share that, where we both just be with our son for a little time. Then things happen and just a lot messing up with my head. My husband surprised us when my son was almost 2 to go to Brazil for Christmas to surprise my family. First time ever my family saw my son and was able to hug him and kiss him and all that. First grandson and everything for my dad and my mom. And then the other year, 2019, after my son complete 2 years, my grandma died and I wasn't able to be there. That already messed up with me a lot. Then my dad, on his birthday in August, got really sick and went to the hospital and had to get tubes on his throat to breathe. They tried a lot of things with him. In September, I went there. While my husband and my son went to my parents' house to sleep, I went with my mom to the hospital. And just after a couple hours with my dad, he passed holding my hand. Okay. And that's why I did it. That was really hard. Really, really hard. And something you need to be really strong in the head or look for someone to help, because it's my fault too. That's when depression got really bad. That some days I didn't want to get out of bed. Got out of the bed just because of my son, and sometimes even thought he would be better without me. It's hard because I didn't want to tell anyone in Brazil what's going on, because they're in Brazil, can do nothing, can't come here because it's so expensive or anything. There was my adoptive family from my ex, but how you tell them your problems when they have their own problems? And that's my choice. I choose to be here. And then the other part was, how can I talk to my husband's family about this? It's impossible because it has to do with our relationship and things. So it's hard. I'll even try to talk to my husband like it's like I'm ungrateful for everything. And I'm not. Like, I'm grateful for everything. But it's just hard. So if you think like, oh, I want to live in another country, I have to get out of here. Just think about other things too. Like, besides the financial part, are you strong enough? Are you close enough to your family? What will happen if something in your family dies or gets really sick and you cannot see them? You cannot say goodbye. Weddings and things that you miss, birthdays, so many things that is just social media, just Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever you have. By the way, follow me, Nataly Christina 19, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where I'm gonna be talking. Please comment on whatever you're following me, if it is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or if all of them. If you want more videos of me talking about depression and anxiety and how it's living in the United States. or more videos of restaurants from here or other things from here. I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, it's really good living in other countries sometimes, because most of the times financial part is a big thing. I have a good friend that went back to Brazil, and the financial part is what's getting, but she's a lot happier. So you gotta see if you have a support, emotional support for that, or if you're strong enough in your head for that. Guess I'm gonna stop here for today because I'm gonna start crying again. Just please follow, share. I think it's important that we talk about the other parts too of living in another country, just not the good parts, but the hard parts to living in another country. To help not only people that are already living, but people that are still thinking on doing. And depression and anxiety is still something that people are afraid to talk and be judged. That's why my anxiety made me delete this video a lot of times. The fear of judge. But it's okay. So comment, please follow, and see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day and a blessed day.